Greetings and welcome to the Greater Fort Lauderdale Democratic Club. Thank you so much for traveling as far as you came, as close as you came. Again, the show must go on. The party must move forward through rain, sleet, snow, even though in Florida we don't have that kind of stuff, but we must go on. We must continue on to the November race where we will beat Ron DeSantis and his circus of clowns. I want to, before I start with the illustrious group of ladies that will be welcoming us, I want to first ask everybody in this room to take a pledge and join a Democratic club, join a caucus, and join the county executive committee or the county Democratic Party. We are in a new decade, and what normally happens in a down decade like this is we need to bring in more people. We're not getting any younger, but the young people need to know what the party is about and how to win. And that's something that my Democratic Club knows how to do. For those of you that may need a history check, we were standing here when we had to defeat E. Clay Shaw and put in Ron Klein. So we know a lot about defeating a congressperson who's a Republican and putting in a Democrat. We were also instrumental in putting in Patrick Murphy. And we were also instrumental, of course, in seeing to it that the only statewide Democrat elected to the cabinet of Florida was elected in 2008, and that's our Honorable Commissioner Nikki Fried. People may tell you that small clubs doesn't matter and medium clubs don't matter and big clubs is where it's at, but I can tell you that in Fort Lauderdale and Greater Fort Lauderdale, I can tell you that we matter and we get the job done. So with that, I'm going to introduce a young lady who has been with me from the very beginning, and her dedication and loyalty to the Democratic Party is unquestionable. And while I will always follow her and do as I am told when she asks me to when I'm here in Dania Beach, Florida, I want to ask Vice Mayor Bobby Grace to come up and give us a welcome from the city and from the people of Dania Beach.
Is the sun shining? It is in this room. It truly is, because you're here, and that's the most important thing. Before I welcome you to this great city, the oldest city, the city of first, let me do something out of the ordinary. Will this group please join me in singing happy birthday to our President Percy Johnson? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Percy. Happy birthday to you. Woo! It is my pleasure to greet you to the oldest city in Broward County, the city that is first and second to none. If you have not had the opportunity to visit Dania Beach, please do so. We have so many unique things that are happening in this great city. We have projects in place right now that are over $1 billion plus. One of the most prestigious things that I'm thinking about right now is Dania Point. And if you have not had an opportunity to go there, please do. We have several things that just opened up recently. The Regal Theater, which has a VIP component to it. I sat there and I thought that maybe I would just spend the night because it was just so comfortable. We have Spirit Airlines that's going to be coming in, and they'll be finished in 2024. Their headquarters will be in Dania Beach. We have 2 Marriott hotels in the city of Dania Beach. We have the Avery Apartments. We have 24 restaurants. We have Brand Marts. We have Sprouts, to name a few. If you go down Dania Beach Boulevard, you'll see a lot more stuff that we have going on, and Federal Highway. But the most unique thing about Dania Beach is because of the unity that we have. I am really happy to sit at this table today with two of my pastors in the city of Dania Beach. Different churches, Greater Mount Zion AME and the Church of God in Christ in Dania Beach, both running for office on different surfaces, one for city commissioner for Dania Beach and one for school board. District 1, did I get that right? Okay. As I bring greetings to you, I think about what I did and what we did 4 years ago with Tamara James, an awesome mayor who I helped mentor for the great seat that she owns today. She has done spectacular things in the city of Dania Beach, as I know all of you who win your seats in the upcoming election will do. I just encourage you to do one thing for me. Don't forget who you are and who you represent, because if you do, the people that voted you in will remember. That's why I was the longest reigning Afro-American female in the city of Dania Beach for 17 years, because I never wavered from my beliefs and the beliefs of the people of Dania Beach. As I greet you today, I want you to know that our doors are open. This is my favorite restaurant in the city of Dania Beach. I've been coming here since 1962. James and I just celebrated our 60th anniversary where we had a great party here. And I just want you to know that they never wavered. His father never wavered. Jack never wavered. I mean, this is just an awesome place. Percy, I know that you hate to give us the microphone because politicians don't know how to sit down, but I feel you, my brother, so I'm going to sit down. Thank you so much.
Without further ado, we have a state representative representing State Rep District Hot 105. Is that 105? 101. 101. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. We're going to have Marie Woodson from Florida State House of Representatives.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much.
All right, Percy, I'll forgive you since it's your birthday, you know? Yes, and the district is going to be 105, so you're not wrong. From 101, yes, I'm not running for 101 anymore, I'm running for 105. Well, it's not about me. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning for Greater Fort Lauderdale Democratic Club. Come on now, come on. Yes. First, it's a birthday. Second, it's a beautiful day, even though it's raining in our state of Florida. Guess what? This morning, I bring greetings to you all for the wonderful job that this club is doing to get so many people out in the rain. Percy, it's all to you. Thank you for the work that you're doing and the person that you are as well, because he really put his soul in whatever he's doing, and for that we are grateful, and we know that together we are going to change our beautiful state of Florida. Can I get an amen to that one? Let me tell you, I'm here to bring you greeting, but I'm here also to tell you that our state is on fire, and as Democrats, because this is a Democratic club, if someone is a Republican, I'm sorry, I have to tell you, I have to let you know, just like it is, we here to elect as many Democrats as possible in this upcoming election. And we all are committed to do that. Are you with me on that one? Can I count on you on that one? All right. I represent District 101, which is part of Hollywood, Pembroke Pines, Miramar, Hallandale, West Park, and Pembroke Park. And I'm glad to be sitting at the table with the Pembroke Park crew. Thank you for being here. We have the police chief here. We have, well, I'm not going to call the name because some of the names I might not know. But thank you for being here. But mostly I'm here with my colleague, Representative Christine Hanchowski, that I want you all to give her a hand. Yes. If you need a sister in Tallahassee, this is who you need to pick. Even though all my other colleagues are great, but I get to sit with her on the floor next to her, and as a sister, she has been there for me, and I'm grateful to you and thankful to you, Christine, so thank you so much. Because I was a rookie when I went to Tallahassee. She was a mayor of Parkland, and we work so well together. She's the sister who has your back and say, Marie, let's go and get them. Let's do this. So thank you so much for being a sister to me. Well, my message to you this morning, and Percy, you know when you give somebody who just got elected in office a microphone, they won't sit down. My message to you this morning, Democrats, we have a lot of work to do. And don't get caught up into parties or this person is not my friend, I'm supporting that person. Let me tell you something. Let's put our heart and soul in order to make sure that we elect someone who really cares about our state of Florida. Because if you look at what happened in the last legislative session, if you look at the bill that we passed, and I'm not going to say we, because we have 42 Democrats and 78 Republicans. And the Democrats, we stood up and did everything that we could to stop those bills. But guess what? Because we don't have the numbers, all those bills were passed. Now we cannot teach black history in our school. They're trying to take our LGBTQ rights away. They're trying to take, the Sadatsky Fund for the affordable housing. They've been robbing that. Abortion, and I'm not saying abortion, I'm saying giving women the right to vote. That's what we're talking about. Not abortion, because I'm a mother of two. We all want to have our children, but we want to make sure that women can decide what's best for the body. They should have that right. And so many, Disney, who is one of the biggest employers, because Disney stood with the LGBTQ community, they came after Disney and they came after Disney big. So people, please, if you are here today, I know that you truly care. But what I want you to do, I want you to commit to go out there and get every single person to go out there and vote. Vote like your life depends on it. Thank you so much. I don't want to take too much time, but Percy, keep up the good work, and we are in this together. Thank you.
Thank you. Without further ado, from Broward County Commission, representing also District 35 will be the Honorable Mayor, Dr. Barbara Sharif.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure. So first of all, it rained today and it's Percy's birthday and we are all here. That is an accomplishment, Percy. I am humbled to be here today to speak to you, and I am Dr. Barbara Sharif, and I am a former two-time mayor of Broward County and the District 8 Broward County Commissioner, and I am currently running for Florida State Senate District 35. And one of the reasons why I decided to run for District 35 is because I was fed up with seeing what's going on in Tallahassee. I think that fundamentally, as a doctor of nursing practice for 30 years, oh my God, I'm aging myself, that our healthcare system has had a lack of access for black and brown residents. There has been an attack on black and brown residents in Tallahassee, and there's also been an attack on human rights. And whenever you allow any attack on human rights to be successful, there is a dismantling of other rights to come. As Democrats, we have to make sure that we're standing up and we're fighting people like Ron DeSantis in Tallahassee. We have to make sure that we stand behind every Democratic gubernatorial candidate. I don't know which one you like, but I see mine sitting here. I like Nikki Fried. And I'm all about the women. I'm all about the women. And so, listen, we elect men 2 to 3 to 1 in every race out there. So if it's that difficult to elect a woman, I don't know, women, we need to do something. But every Democrat that is out there needs to be outraged enough to bring enough people to the poll to change the direction of this state of Florida. And I'm committed to that, and we work every single day in my district to make sure that that happens. And for those of you who don't know where District 35 is, that is 12 precincts in Hollywood, Miramar, Pembroke Pines, Southwest Ranches, Weston. I have 2 precincts in Sunrise, and then I have Cooper City and Davie. So you must know somebody in that district. Get them to go out and vote. It is so important. And yes, you have to vote like your life depends on it, because good health care, education for our, in our public schools, teachers' pay, and everything else under the sun is under attack, and we need to stand up and fight. Thank you so much, the Honorable Mr. Percy Johnson, for giving me this opportunity, and I did stick to my 2 minutes.
Yes,
I'm looking for the chairman of our party, Rick Hoy. Please come give us a welcome. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Again, this is what I give you as our club.
Good afternoon, everybody. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Thank you all for the tremendous level of support that you've shown us since we've been elected here. I see a lot of familiar faces, and I just want to echo much of what we already heard. If you know someone that is not doing their part to make sure that we have presidential year turnout this year, then you're not doing enough. But the people in this room, I know that you are. So I just want to thank you for that. But I want to stress that because there are people who are discouraged because we have been under Republican leadership in this state for so long. It's easy to get discouraged. I just heard Dr. Sharif mention, they don't want us teaching Black history. I'm wrapping up the Civil War with my kids right now. I'm an 8th grade teacher, right? So when they come for my job and we have to do the Rick Hoy GoFundMe because I'm doing my actual job, it is what it is. It's on the horizon, but it is what it is, right? We have to be courageous, and we have to set an example for the people that follow us. So I just want to thank the Greater Fort Lauderdale Democratic Club for all the hard work that you all do. You have a wonderful leader here and a wonderful group of board members. I can stay up here all day, so I'm going to walk away before Mr. President has to give me the hook. But I look forward to working with all of you this year. So on election night, we're all crying tears of joy when we get these idiots out of Tallahassee. Thank you.
Well, it's good morning, good afternoon to everyone. I'm Joy Brown, the Vice President of the Greater Fort Lauderdale Democratic Club, and I'm going to piggyback on everything that everyone has set up here. Welcome to the Greater Fort Lauderdale Democratic Luncheon. Percy, you're a good president, my president of the Greater Fort Lauderdale. We're going to try to make up some time so we can get everybody to go start eating. I'm going to introduce my past president of the Greater Fort Lauderdale Democratic Club. That will be Michael Lockwood. He's going to do the invocation for us. If you can come on up, we're going to try to get this moving.
Thank you, Joy. You're welcome. Let us pray. God, beyond all earthly authority, we pray that your compassionate wisdom and justice-making be our guide for daily living. In these hours of difficult decisions, sustain our politicians called to serve in this unforeseen moment in history. We thank you for their service and tireless efforts on our behalf. We ask that you cast aside all pride and arrogance among us and our leaders, and anchor us in your imperative care for the vulnerable and marginalized, so that peaceable life and dignity for all peoples may be the route in and through these rough days. Now, we ask you to bless this food and make it nourishment for our bodies, and our bodies for your service. And all God's people say, amen.
Okay, is Sandra Davey here? Okay, we're going to go ahead and stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We're going to now have a selection by Tamara, one of our board members. She's going to do the national anthem for us. Stand. And she's doing a flute for us. Great job, Tamara.
Can sing if they want. Can sing if they want to. Happy birthday, Mr. President, wherever you are in the room. There you are. And thank you for this opportunity.
Y'all go ahead and line up and get your food. We're going to hear one of our candidates running for Congress for a minute. Y'all just keep going and listen, please, because I got a long entree of other candidates I need to speak, along with the state cabinet members. So I would like for those that are running for District 22, I believe that's, I think they moved it to 20, it's 23 now, right? Hava, it's 23? Yes. It's, yeah. So District 23, it used to be the Ted Deutsch seat, but they changed the number and did a few changes. So now it is an open seat. There are 3 individuals running. I have 2 individuals with me today. One in particular is a candidate, the other is a surrogate. So without further ado, I'm going to ask Hava Holzhauer to join me up here, and she's going to speak to you about her campaign for District 23 congressional seat.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. It's terrific to be here. I know I'm competing with the food and so many people that are speaking, but some of you know me from my work in the community, many of you don't, so I wrote down a few thoughts about what I want to share today, and I'm very happy to be here to introduce myself. So I'm Hava Holzhauer, and I'm running for Congress to be your next Congresswoman, and like Percy said, it is the seat that Ted Deutsch is vacating. I'm the only woman running, and there are 3 men in the race. So who am I, Hava? The emphasis throughout every professional and personal and volunteer role throughout my life has been serving this community and serving justice. I've been a lawyer, I got 4 L's for you, serving as a workers' rights and civil rights attorney and activist for over 20 years. I've been a leader. I'm the former head statewide for Florida, for the Anti-Defamation League. I've been a loving mother, that's my third L, for 4 wonderful kids who I raised right here in South Florida. And I'm also not a legacy. That is my 4th. I am not a legacy. I have not held elected office since high school when I was in the student government. But that being said, I'm running for Congress because I am tired of leaders who cannot and will not do their jobs. I am gravely concerned about the ground that we've lost on essential freedoms. Our fundamental rights and freedoms are under attack not only from extremist agitators like DeSantis and Gates, who are mentioned all the time, they're not the only ones, but from ineffective politicians that won't stand up to them, and elected officials who are working not for the people, but to harness their own power. And it's time to take them on directly and to stand up for women's rights, and to not only hold ground, but to move forward also on LGBT rights, to move our country towards a true justice for all by giving working families the help they need, by comprehensively addressing climate and infrastructure and education, and by taking back the freedom to live our lives safely, which we cannot do with the lack of gun safety reform. Roe v. Wade became the law of the land in the same year that I was born, in 1973. But it has never been more under threat than it is today. And make no mistake that this push from not only radical, we always say the radical right, I would say the selfish right, that it isn't about protecting the unborn. It is a desire to control women, to legislate what happens in our homes and in our bedrooms, and to deny us autonomy over our own bodies and our own futures. I have no doubt this attack on constitutional privacy threatens so many freedoms and choices we have about how we live and love and move through life with autonomy and self-determination. So, am I supposed to hurry up? I got Percy right behind me. All right. So I'm just going to skip on through, and what I'm going to say is that I'm a champion for justice, and I have been fighting these issues for my entire career, professionally and as a volunteer. And what I'm going to do in Washington is I'm going to build a fence around those privacy rights. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to build a fence and I'm going to layer the gun reform. It's not one and done. So just as an example, since we passed the law for gun reform after the Parkland tragedy, there have been almost 100 mass shootings in the state of Florida alone. Almost 100 since 2018. So I'm going to do the work that I've always done, but I'm going to be doing it with you and for you as a fighter in Washington. So please choose Hava Holtzauer when you vote for Congress, and I look forward to working together for many years ahead. Thanks, Percy.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Jacqueline Scott for Ben Sorensen for Congress.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is the first time I've been referred to as a surrogate. I thought that was an interesting comment. I'm here on behalf of Vice Mayor Ben Sorensen, City of Fort Lauderdale, and I'm proud to be here today. The only reason Ben was not able to attend is Ben is on Navy duty. You know, Ben is a full-time father, a full-time vice mayor, and I guess a part-time Navy Reserve, and he's committed to all the causes associated with that. I met Ben in 2016 when he was running for city commission. I didn't want to get involved. I didn't want to meet Ben, but I was kind of dragged into it because a bunch of my friends said, "You've got to meet Ben Sorensen." Now, I've been in town since 1958, so I know a lot of people, and I just didn't want to get involved. But I met Ben. The moment I met Ben, I realized Ben is the real deal. Ben cares. He is committed, and he works tirelessly for our community. I can honestly tell you I support Ben tremendously. Ben would love to have been here today. I have to congratulate you, Percy, not only for having a birthday, but for a great job you are obviously doing for this community and for this club. So I hope, does anyone have a cell phone with them? Would you take it out for just a minute, please? I'm going to give you a number, and this is very important. Please get out your cell phone and call this number, or text it, 954-802-3311. And all you need to do is just say, Ben, Jackie asked me to text you. Thank you all very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, we've heard the candidates from District 23 for Congress. So now I would like to ask the candidates that I believe are really running for District 101. Not a Hot 105. And I got the Hot 105 from a former state rep, Joe Gibbons from Hallandale Beach, when he had District 105. He called it District Hot 105. And so I see only one candidate, and I had, all right, well, is Clay Miller here in the room? Okay. So I was going to give them all an opportunity to speak. So without further ado, I guess Todd Delmay, you come forward and speak for District 101 in your candidacy, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much and welcome to Greater Fort Lauderdale.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, I am most certainly not running against Marie Woodson. She has taken very good care of the number 101. So I'm running for 101, the new 101. My name is Todd Delmay, and I'm a small business owner. I have been in the travel industry for over 20 years. And I have thought about running for office before. In 2014, I'd thought about running. I became the area director for an organization called B&I Broward. It's an organization that helps small business owners build their businesses, learn how to talk about their business, and they pass millions of dollars each year, and I grew the Broward region to over 24 chapters and over 700 members. And I thought maybe I had enough support in the community that I could run for office. But in 2014, my husband and I were asked to join 5 other same-sex couples to sue for the right to marry in Florida. And we jumped at that chance because we felt it was the right thing for us and for our family and for our son. Because when we'd adopted our son in 2010, it was still against the law to adopt if you were gay in Florida. So we decided to get into that race, into the fight for marriage equality. We traveled around the state, we really fought for the issue, and we explained to the entire state why it was important that we have marriage equality. And we're so lucky that when the stay was lifted, we were the first same-sex couples ever married in Florida. And that means we were the first same-sex couples from Broward and from Hollywood. And I'm so proud of that. I've been working so hard to fight for my family, for my business, for my community. I'm ready to fight for the greater community, and I'm looking forward to serving in House District 101. Thanks.
I'm going to try to keep up with the things I promise people. So I don't know, but I want to ask, yeah, well, I guess they're ready. I had told them they would be going on. So can I have the candidates for Florida Attorney General to please come up, please? Both Jim Lewis. Yes, Mr. Nala. All right. So, first of all, I have not had an Attorney General candidate in a long time. I think since since Dan Gelba. Since Dan Gelba challenged, what's her name? Pam Bondi. Yep. So again, everybody, I normally keep my word. My board members know I fought very hard to try to get the members of the cabinet here, and we have the candidates that are running for our next Florida Attorney General. Please remember that the sitting person that's in the seat is not only a Republican, but just remember her famous comment, which was she puts the party before the country. Okay, and she is a big supporter of the manufacturers of some of the worst weapons in America. And, I'm pretty sure Nikki would tell us her attendance record, but I'll wait on that one. So without further ado, I'm going to have Jim Lewis, who is from Broward, to come up first and give us his candidacy speech. You got 3 minutes.
Thanks,
And
Percy.
thank you again for here at Greater Fort Lauderdale.
And I'm not going to take all of that 3 minutes, but hello, folks. Most of you know me in this room. I'm Jim Lewis. I've been a lawyer here for about 35 years. I grew up here as a young prosecutor, and this community's been so good to me to allow me to raise my 4 children and grandchildren here, and I just thank all of you so much for the support that you've given me over the years. We have 3 very qualified candidates, 2 which are here for this race. It is so important that we take Ms. Moody out of there. She is Ron DeSantis' personal attorney. She is not the attorney for the people. She has not acted as an attorney general. Maybe you've seen some of the articles written in terms of how she's betrayed Florida's trust. She is a Trumpster. And folks, if something that we cannot handle, something we cannot fathom is an election in 2024 in which Ashley Moody, a Trumpster, is going to be overlooking the election that could again decide who the next president of the United States is going to be in 2024. We can't do it, folks. We have to have someone. We have Ms. Fried in statewide office. We're in danger of not having anybody in statewide office. But we don't have the money that they have, but we have the idea and we have the power. And the people who are with us on things like gun control. I want to make a memorial. I want to do another memorial, but this time I want it to be made out of metal. I want to melt down every assault weapon in this state and make a memorial. That's what we need to do. And we've got to stop the assault on women, the right to choose. I had a big sign up the other day, Grandpas for Choice, and that's who I am. We are going to protect a woman's right to choose. We are not going to let Governor DeSantis or Ms. Moody infringe upon those rights. I'm so proud to be here with you. Again, whoever you select in the Democratic primary, please support us, help us, make a change. Don't listen to them when they say, well, we've got $8 or $9 million saved up from special interests. If you want FPL to decide who the next Attorney General is, well, then you vote with the Republicans. If you want the big corporations to decide, but folks, don't let that money scare you. We can win because we've got the ideas. We've got the people with us on the critical issues. All the experts can say it's going to be a whitewash for the Republicans, and that's not true. Apparently, the Proud Boys have taken over the Republicans in Miami-Dade County, but we have the people. And if we just keep fighting and keep working and keep knocking on doors and keep supporting qualified candidates that want to make a difference, we can win and we will win. We're going to have a governor with us, hopefully an attorney general and some of the other cabinet members, hopefully Val Demings, that couldn't have a better candidate at the top of the ticket to be U.S. Senate. Help us all, support us all. And whoever it is, I promise, if I'm not so lucky enough, I'm going to support the nominees for all of us. And we've all got to get behind everybody. Thank you.
Aramis Ayala? Yes, sir. I got it right. Thank you. Come forward and speak to my members of Greater Fort Lauderdale. Welcome to Greater Fort.
Greater Fort Lauderdale, how are we doing today? All right, I want to talk to you about why I should be your next Attorney General. You know, when we think about the job of Attorney General, the reason one hasn't been here is because there hasn't been one who stands for the people. The Attorney General, the job is to be the people's attorney. That means the voice of the people. And your voice hasn't been heard from the top of the state down to the bottom, from east to the west, because they have not been concerned. We've limited the idea of Attorney General to consumer protections. Yes, that is part of the job. But do you know this last legislative session, when they came out saying you're free, the only thing you're freer to do is to promote white supremacy in the state of Florida. When they say that we live in a state that works for everybody, there's public safety, well, no, there's not if you're worried about sending your kids to school, if you're worried about going to church, if you're worried about doing anything other than what? Promoting white supremacy. And that ends in 2022 because change is coming. This last legislative session, you saw an attack on voting rights. Where was our Attorney General? She said absolutely nothing. It is the Attorney General's job to remind the people that in 2010 we voted for the Fair Districts Act, meaning that we want fair districts. And she didn't stand up to say this is unconstitutional and I will not support it. She should have, and I would have, and I will. When it came to don't say gay, guess what? You're using unconstitutional language, and every lawyer knows that you cannot use unconstitutional language. She should have stood up and said, we are going to fight against this and we are going to win on behalf of the LGBT community. When the governor tried to say we don't want to make people feel uncomfortable talking about being black, well, sometimes I'm uncomfortable being black. We're going to talk about it in the state of Florida, okay? So So you don't want to talk about the critical race theory, then there's a bigger problem, because if I'm the Attorney General, we are going to be educated upon what the history of this country is. If I have ancestors who have picked cotton and you can wear it today, we're going to talk about how we got here. That's what freedom is about, freedom of education. And last but not least, if you are a woman and you have a uterus, or at one point had one, let's stop telling men with penises how to control our uterus, okay? I say, and I said it one time, hashtag legislate the penis, all right? Like, we're not going to continue to go through this without an attorney general. That is her job. That is my job. I've done it as a state attorney. I served as the first African-American state attorney in the state of Florida, made change, and I'm ready to make change as attorney general. I thank you all so much for your time.
All right, everybody, I hope you're enjoying the ride. Right now, I'm going to ask my state rep. I'm going to ask my state rep, Linda Thompson-Gonzalez. Yeah, I want to ask Linda to please come up. Thank you. Linda is running to defeat Chip LaMarca.
Yes.
Boo!
We're going to do it.
Thank you. Linda, I want you to talk
Happy
to me.
birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. I am so pleased to be here on your birthday. This is a very special day. This is also one of the few Saturdays we have not been out there canvassing. So we came to your birthday party. And pleased to be here. My name is Linda Thompson-Gonzalez. I'm running for the Florida State House District 100 to finish the job we started in 2020. I am so pleased to be here. I'm a mother, I'm an attorney, I am a public servant with 30 years of experience. I have dedicated my entire life to making our government work for all of us and to fighting the kind of corruption and abuse we see every day in Tallahassee. We're going to change things. We're going to make it better. I'm so pleased to be here. You know, I believe that the people we elect to represent us do hold a sacred trust. But I know now, more than ever, that our incumbent in District 100, as well as our governor and all of Tallahassee, have violated that sacred trust. I hear this every day as we're all out there with Tom and Mario and my team in the back of the room there. We're out there every day. We hear that our government has violated their sacred trust to represent all of us. I intend to change that. As I say, I've dedicated my entire life to public service, to making things better. I want to work for you in Tallahassee. We've got a lot of work to do. We know the kind of revenge politics that we've been seeing. We have revenge instead of the rule of law in Tallahassee today, and it's hurting all of us. Do you want some gun safety to protect our children? I certainly do. Do you want to see us use our clean energy to produce some high-paying jobs, good-paying jobs, to get our clean energy and lower our energy costs for our homeowners? I certainly do. Do you want to see Tallahassee, see your incumbent, your representative, fight for you to bring down our homeowners' insurance, lower our costs for our energy, and fight for all the things that we need that our Tallahassee representative has failed to fight for us? Well, I intend to fight for you because I believe in you. I believe in democracy, and I look forward to representing you in Tallahassee. Thank you very much. I'm Linda Thompson-Gonzalez. I look forward to your support. I hope you will help me in November to get to Tallahassee. Whether or not, I want to say this, whether or not you are actually in my district, we need more votes in Tallahassee. I will be a representative for you, for all that we care about. I will be a vote for you in Tallahassee. Thank you very much.
Running in District 99, Elijah Manley. Welcome to Fort Lauderdale. Thank you again.
Thank you, Percy. I'm very excited to be a Democrat in this room. Who else is excited to be a Democrat right now? And I couldn't be more excited in a year like 2022 to take out Ron DeSantis. And first of all, in this county, in Broward County, what we need to do is we also need to take Chip LaMarca out too. So the words that Linda said, they should speak volumes to everyone in this room that we have a Republican representative in Broward County. He will be the last Republican representative in Broward County. And I'm asking everyone, not just in all of our districts, to help Linda Thompson-Gonzalez out as well, do everything we could to take Chip LaMarca out. So the first thing I'm going to say, I'm sure everyone here already have heard from me before and know who I am. I'm Elijah Manley, running for state representative in District 99, which is in Central Broward. That is Fort Lauderdale, Wilton Manors, Plantation, Lauderdale, and Lauderdale Lakes. I'm running because I am sick and tired of Republicans in Tallahassee telling me I don't have freedom, telling me I can't live my life. And what we've seen in this last legislative session is an attack on freedom. I know the Republicans like to say they're the party of small government, they're the party of individual freedom, but let's take a look at the track record of the Republican Party in Tallahassee. No freedom for a woman to control her own body. No freedom for the LGBT community to live and prosper with freedom in this state. Passing legislation to say that we can't say gay. Well, I got a message for Ron DeSantis. I'm gonna say gay and I'm gonna be gay. And I'm also gonna be black, and I'm gonna use my voice in Tallahassee to fight this governor. And I've done it before. Myself, along with the Harvard Election Law Clinic, sued the governor of Florida. And like the coward that he is, he backed down, we won, and he scheduled special elections. And without that, Republicans will have had a supermajority in Tallahassee. Just 2 seats, allowing them to do unbelievable things. And so what I'm saying to everyone here, Democrats, we got to start having conversations with our neighbors. We got to have conversations with those who are independents, with those that are Republicans too, and let them know that we are the party of individual freedom, that we are the party of working people, that we are the party of creating jobs, that we are the party of affordable housing, that we are the party of clean water and protecting our environment. And I have to say, we need to bring along everyone in all of our communities with us to Tallahassee. And we also need people on the top of the ticket who can win, who can beat Ron DeSantis, who can, so that we can have a governor, so that when people like myself get up to Tallahassee and pass good legislation, we have somebody up there who will sign that legislation, who won't do what Ron DeSantis just did and veto $3 billion of projects. Unbelievable. Schools, hospitals, our community projects. And so I'm glad to be supporting all of the Democrats running, but I am definitely, everyone obviously know I'm a supporter of Nikki Fried here. She has won statewide. I believe she'll do it again. But I have to say, these bottom of the ballot tickets, down ballot tickets, they matter. Turnout matters. And Commissioner Fried will tell you, 6,000 votes, I think it was, that mattered. That's a couple precincts. And so don't think that what you do doesn't matter, that every conversation you have with folks won't matter. Everything you do, every door you knock on, every text message you send, every phone call you make, it adds up. And so I'm gonna do everything I can, not just to win my election, but to make sure I take as many Democrats to Tallahassee with me, from the bottom of the ballot to the top. And I wanna first thank the birthday man here, Percy Johnson. He has been wonderful. He is the best gunkle that I could ask for. And so I wanna say happy birthday to him, happy Pride Month. It is Pride Month, so be gay, say gay, and let's vote. Thank you.
All right, is the state committee man and DNC member, Grace and Ken, Grace and Ken, are they here? Are they ready? Okay, you ready? You ready? Well, great. Yeah, the list of electeds. Uh-oh. Do I have it? Oh, she's on her way. Yeah. Everybody, look, I want to let our Commissioner of Agriculture, the Honorable Nikki Fried, know that our club is very unique. Broward County is unique. You know that. You know, and everything. I think I have one of your homeowner presidents here, Nikki, from when you were here. I think Murray Robinson. Murray, are you here? Yeah. Melrose Park. Melrose Manor, yeah, he's here. He's the homeowner president. I'm so glad that both of you are here. I just want Grace to know, most of my club members run for delegate for national convention. I've been 4 times. And I'm rooting for Houston or Denver. For 2024, I would root for Florida, but I don't think that we're ready yet because of the infrastructure problems. Hopefully that, Val becomes a senator and, you lead the way, or, he lead the way, and y'all get the money down here so we can fix Broward. But I am rooting for Houston for our next DNC.
One vote.
Oh, I know. I just wanted you to know that. And so this is our state committee man and state committee woman. They're going to do our candidates and clubs and elected officials. Yeah, I thought, and then.
Okay.
All right.
I'm here with my partner. I'm always happy to be. Whoever signed this in, it's going back and forth. I'm going to start with the people that are actually sitting in their seats and spots now. I know that a few of them did come up to speak, but I'm just going to go through that. And I'm going to start with my vice mayor, Mr. Joshua Simmons from Coral Springs. He's in the back. And then I'm going to go to our twin city, as we refer to it, with my state rep, Christine Hunchowski. See, Ken, you didn't have to say it.
I know. And I practiced it all weekend.
And then there's Vice Mayor Sam Borgerin in the back. And Marie Woodson, State Representative. She has a bunch of cities. You all heard from Marie, I think, as well. I'm going to let you take the rest. The rest are all candidates.
Thank you.
And their names are easy to pronounce.
Yeah. She knows that I do not like doing this at all because I mess up all your names. So Eli Manley, who is running for House District 99. Okay, Elijah Manley, I'm sorry. See why I don't like doing this job? Todd Dalmay, candidate for House District 101.
Stand up, Todd.
Okay, stand up, yeah, be recognized. You're working hard for this. Cynthia Bush for Ben Sorensen, the former chair of our party.
Where's Cynthia?
Oh,
I just saw
Cynthia?
her.
Oh, she had to go to her daughter's thing at school. So. Jacqueline Scott for Ben Sorensen, she spoke, Jacqueline. Let's see, who's this?
Natasha Otero for Val Demings.
Natasha Otero for Val Demings.
Where's Natasha?
Where's Natasha? Okay, thank you. Give Val our best. Ruth Carter Lynch for Broward County School Board, our good friend. Marie Woodson, State Rep, House District 101. Is this JR? Oh, this gentleman, I'm going to say it wrong, came all the way down from Jacksonville, I believe. JR, where are you, JR? Can you say your last name for us, JR? Gallo. And he is running for Agriculture Commission, and thank you for coming all the way down here today to see us. Beanford County Commissioner, he just left. Dr. Barbara Sharif, former mayor of Broward County. There's Barbara. Jim Lewis, Florida Attorney General, running for Attorney General. Okay. And then,
Aramis Ayala.
Aramis Ayala. What a great speech. There you are. Thank you for coming. Florida Attorney General. Who else? Jonathan? Did you say this one?
Jonathan Thomas.
Yeah. Jonathan Thomas for Dania Beach City Commission. You said Josh. Odd Sicard, candidate for Broward County Commission. Philip Juriez for Charlie Crist's campaign for governor. Marcia Ellison, the head of NAACP. Where's Marcia? Antonio Burgess for school board. And Raymond Adderley for Broward County School Board running. Raymond. Okay. And Dale Holness. Where's Dale? There's Dale. Running for Congress. Florida County Commissioner running for Congress. Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Okay. One more. Did I miss anybody? Oh, for Sheila.
Okay.
Who's here for Sheila McCormick, Bitch Caesar? Are you? Oh, okay. And Sheila McCormick, our Congresswoman. Thank you.
Is there anybody else that
Did we miss
missed?
anybody else? I see a hand, but the lights are in my eye. Okay. Can you just say your name and loud, please, so we could?
Reverend Paul
Mount Wiggins School Board, District 1. Go ahead. Thank you, Cattell. And who's back there?
Former leader of the state of rep for us in Broward County, Bobby DeBose for County Commission. I don't know what seat, though.
District
8.
Thank you, Bobby. Sorry we missed you. And I see Clay Miller, and Clay Miller is here. Did I see him? Is that him right there? Okay, thank you, Clay. Good to see you. Anybody else that we missed? Wait, we have someone else. Who is it?
I thought we did her first.
Did you too? Well,
Listen, very sorry. We thought you were said first with Percy when he did his whole whatever. So, of course, we'll ask Commissioner of Agriculture and Consumer Services,
Nikki Fried.
candidate for governor.
Nikki Fried. Sorry about that, Nikki.
Yes, Sampson's going to be introduced by our party chairman. Thank you so much. Everybody, it's that time in the program where the club will honor our Democrats of the Year. I have asked the party leaders to stay up here with me. Both of these individuals have been longtime members of my club. They've also been precinct people. My treasurer just recently decided to step down, and he's going to move on. He told me he was going to work for a candidate, but he didn't tell me who. And so I think I'm going to go first. Okay. All right. And so the Greater Fort Lauderdale Democrat of the Year Award is presented to the Honorable Diana Gagne in recognition of her unwavering dedication and outstanding service to the Democratic Party. Thank you, thank you.
Hello, and thank you. I'm very honored. I've had nothing but enjoyment with working with this wonderful club, president, birthday man. I can eat you back. Yeah. And I'm so inspired by this room full of beautiful Democrats. I always think of that Imagine song from John Lennon that I just wish, you all could be the leaders in Florida, and it's just our duty to do what we need to do to get them elected and have a better future for all of us and our children. So I thank you all for being leaders, and I'm happy to support you all and to have the opportunity through the club to do that. So thank you, everybody. Much appreciation.
You step over to the side. They want a group picture. No, not yet. Not yet. All right, the next awardee will be the Greater Fort Lauderdale Democratic Club Democrat of the Year is presented to the Honorable John Gagne in recognition of his unwavering dedication and outstanding service to the Democratic Party. Come on, brother.
Thank you very much for this award. Everyone sitting out here should also be getting a plaque. I tell people my background was database programming, and so a lot of my contribution involved records, numbers, generating reports, and that kind of thing. And my wife Diana is more of a people person. So together, we make a complete person. And I tell people we're a team. And just like all of us in this room are a team. So we all have the things that we specialize in, the things that we're not so good in, but we all have each other's back, and together we're a team. So we it's true, we do have to go blue, Diana and I came from Connecticut, where you could just sit and eat bonbons and win. But I want to point out something that I just heard last night, an insight from someone on MSNBC, and it's an insight that had never occurred to me. But on January 6th, we came a lot closer to losing our democracy than anybody imagines. And you know, we heard them saying, hang Mike Pence. And I'm thinking to myself, well, they're not really going to hang a guy. But they didn't have to. They didn't have to in their plan. All they had to do was scare him into leaving. If he had left the Capitol, what's his name? I can't think of his name now. Chuck Grassley would have took over, and he would have ran with the football. So, I mean, Pence was at the door, ready to leave, but came back in. If he had left, we would have lost our country.
So we gotta fight back.
So, fight hard and be blue. Thank you.
Okay. Nikki. Yeah. Bugging me about having this picture of her. I'm sorry, but they have been bugging me.
listen to Percy.
Yeah, they have been bugging me. You're first? Yeah, and he's gonna just, yes, he's so shy. Okay. Me? Oh, me? Huh? Me? Candace gonna. I think we're good. Your daughter is watching you guys. She's on.
Andrea.
You ready? Go ahead.
Hi, Andrea.
And Martin.
Okay, I'm back. So I knew there was a time to introduce.
Sorry, I got to do.
Oh, wait, no, I'm not back.
I apologize. So we have gotten to the big one. The agriculture will be after the gubernatorials. So I am going to announce that we're going to be doing the gubernatorial candidates right now. And so I need Vice Mayor Josh Simmons from the city of Coral Springs. Yeah, he's going to be standing in for Congressman Charlie Crist. And Ken, you will be introduced. Would you like to introduce? I'll do it. I'll do it. So Josh is running for re-election right now, and he did a fabulous job 4 years ago. And yes, he did. And he is what you call he's on the bench right now, and we're looking to maybe move him up in a few more years. I can't wait. So without further ado, I'm going to ask Vice Mayor Josh Simmons to come up and give his speech about the gubernatorial campaign for Congressman Charlie Crist for governor. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wore my best suit for you because I heard it was your birthday, so I wanted to make sure I look good for him. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. It's so good to be with you all. I haven't seen you all in about 2 years, at least in this luncheon. Before COVID, I was saying last time I was here, I won a bunch of wine. And who knew that I would need that right after that time? So I'm glad to be with you all again. I am here representing Congressman Charlie Crist here in the gubernatorial election. He can do a lot of things, but he can't change the weather. So he called me, asked the city commissioner, think about that, a city commissioner, who most people, they don't really count on or look at or involve in any kind of discussions about politics here in the state of Florida. He called a city commissioner and asked him, can I step in for him? And I was more than happy to. I've gotten to know him over the last couple of months, and I'm telling you, this is a good man, and I'm very happy to represent him during this time, during this campaign. Listen, I don't know about y'all, but I'm happy to be a Democrat in Florida. Are y'all happy to be a Democrat in Florida? Because what does that mean? What does that mean to be a Democrat in Florida? That means we believe in love and hope. We believe in bringing people in. We believe in bringing every part of this state together. That's what we believe in. That's what it means to be a Florida Democrat. What does it mean to be a Florida Republican? That means to hate everything. That means you only do things for your friends that do favors for you, but if someone decides to criticize you, well, then you're going to sit them down and you're going to punish them the best way that you can. That's what it means to be a Florida Republican. And I don't know about you all, but on this upcoming ballot, we got a choice between that. We got a choice between love and hate. Love and hate. That's what we have coming up for us, right? No more disenfranchising black voters. No more attacking the LGBT community during Pride Month. Why? Attacking kids. Yelling at kids because they decide to wear a mask. I mean, the guy wakes up and is just upset because it's Tuesday. And I'm sure if he could, he would try to change the days of the week because that's the kind of authoritarian that he is. And we know that. We know what we're up against. Charlie Crist is a good man, as I started this off. He believes in fairness. He is kind. He believes in decency. He believes in Florida, right? Think about that. He believes in us. And I am happy to stand here for him because that's the message that we have to get out all across this state. We can no longer let Democrats believe or think or read that somehow this is a down year for us. No, this is a fight worth having. Ten black people were killed in Buffalo, New York because they were black. 19 kids and 2 teachers were killed in their schools, which is supposed to be the safest place in America. Doctors were killed in a hospital in Tulsa. We had members of the Asian community killed out in Orange County for existing. And in that time, even since the Buffalo shooting, there have been 18 more shootings, mass shootings. Think about that. That was only 3 weeks ago. This governor, you know, Ronnie, the guy that wants to be the new copycat version of the old guy, right? He wants to say, hey, you know what? You can just carry wherever you want. You don't have to get a permit. You ain't got to sit for nothing. You know, constitutional carry. That's what he believes in. But we are not having that. This is a fight worth having, Democrats. So we have to wake up. We got to wake up. Right? We got to get on the phones. And if you can't talk on the phone, then guess what you can do? You can text. And if you can't text, then guess what? Go get a pen and a piece of paper and write a letter to every Democrat, independent, even the Republicans, because some of them sick of it too. They just don't say it in public. And let them know that we have had it. We are going to make sure Florida continues to be a shining beacon on the hill in this country. We are the 3rd largest state in the union, and we need to act like it. Charlie Crist on day one, has already said, he's already put out the document. On day one, he will sign an executive order protecting a woman's right to choose. That is already a fact. He signed a ban against assault weapons. He already signed that 6 months ago. He knows what we need to do here in Florida. He is the right candidate for right now. And all you have to do is believe in us, believe that Democrats can get it done, and be ready to fight, because you know what? We have to meet this evil that is coming out of their mouths. Everywhere we go, it's always hate, it's divisiveness, it's fighting. That's what we are up against. And I love being a Democrat because I know that the love and energy that we have for everybody, the compassion that we have, it will spread throughout this state. And guess what? We get to be the ones to end Ronnie Boy's presidential ambitions. Think about how exciting that is. Think about how exciting that is. So let's get it done. Charlie Crist is the right candidate for right now, the right time. He is the one that's going to get this done. He will be the one to go toe-to-toe with Ron DeSantis in November, and I cannot wait to be up there with you all when we're going off to victory. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate you allowing me to speak today. I love being here with you. I'll see you all later. Thank you so much.
So it's really my turn, and this time, Nikki, I knew I was supposed to introduce you. I just didn't know when. And I'm really, it's a pleasure to introduce you, Nikki. You've been a real friend to me and to the party, and we'd be lucky to have you as governor. Obviously, it's nothing, I'm not taking sides here today, but you are a true friend, and she's always there when I call her, and I appreciate that. I want to introduce her by telling you Nikki Fried is our 12th Commissioner of Agriculture and Consumer Services and is a lifelong Floridian attorney and passionate activist. Born and raised in Miami, Commissioner Fried graduated from the University of Florida, where she received her bachelor's and master's and Juris Doctorate degrees. While at the University of Florida, she served as a student of the student body president, the first woman to hold the position in nearly 2 decades. As an attorney, she was head of the felony division of the Appalachia County Public Defender's Office and worked in private practice in South Florida, defending homeowners against foreclosures during the 2007-2008 housing crisis. Prior to being elected, Fried worked at law firms as a government consultant, advocating on behalf of clients before the Florida legislature. In 2017, she formed her own firm to advocate in Tallahassee for children at risk children, the Broward County School Board, and for the expansion of patient access to medical marijuana. Throughout her career, she has served with numerous organizations, including Young Lawyers Board of Governors, University of Florida Board of Trustees, and the Florida Children's First. Fried is a member of the Florida Blue Key, the oldest, most prestigious leadership honorary in the state of Florida. We welcome you. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Thank you.
Well, first of all, happy birthday, Percy. Happy birthday. You know, when I didn't even know it was your birthday, and so I'm so honored that I could be here today, and it's so great to be back here in Broward County. It is lonely in Tallahassee. It is lonely, but I know that I would not be standing here today without Broward. You know, when we ran in 2018, no one thought this was possible. Everybody said, who is this Jewish girl from Miami running for Commissioner of Agriculture? And no one thought that we were going to get it across the finish line. Let me tell you, on that Tuesday evening, on my election night, when Broward County had put in their ballots into the system, we were down 44,000 votes. And I went home that evening, I started getting some phone calls from people that are here, and said, Nikki, there's more ballots. We have to count them all. And so at the time, my good friend Matt Gotha, who unfortunately we lost, went down to the supervisor of elections office and never left. And we made sure that every single ballot was counted. Because that's what we do in Broward County. And because of your all's efforts, and Democrats all over the state of Florida who went out and cured ballots, went to supervisor of elections offices, went and made sure that we had representation all over our state, I won by 6,753 votes. And because of that, we had our first statewide elected Democrat in almost 20 plus years. First person to win our state since Barack Obama did in 2012. And we got to work. We stood up for all the things that matter to Democrats all over our state. We made sure that we were at cabinet meeting after cabinet meeting, standing up against Ron DeSantis, making sure that the first item of business on our clemency board was the pardoning of the Groveland Four. That would have never happened but for Bobby DuBose putting forth legislation and getting a Democrat onto that clemency board. And so we made that happen. And so every time that I'm in a cabinet meeting and I go to press my button, let me tell you about the physical reaction that Ron DeSantis has. He starts to get this like twitch about him. I make him nervous because I call him out every single day. I don't just do it because I'm running for governor. I do it because that's what the people of our state wanted me to do, to make sure that I was holding our standard bearer of the democratic principles every single day. And when our governor went MIA during COVID, I stood up every single day doing press conference after press conference, showing what leadership looks like, making sure the people of our state had somebody in Tallahassee who was going to fight for them, who was going to be transparent and give the people representation. And time again, I've stood up to Ron DeSantis. And I have a little inside joke because I went to University of Florida for my law degree. He went to Harvard. And so every time that I beat him in these debates, I say, Harvard 0, UF 1. And I wear that with such a badge of honor. You know, I love being commissioner. I love getting up every day, representing the people of our state, and working hard. But I was taught some fundamental principles when I was growing up. First one, you've all heard me talk about this, is tikkun olam, to heal the world. The second one is when you see an injustice in our society, you have a moral obligation to stand up against it. Every single day that I've had to watch this guy take away our rights to vote, take away our congressional districts, marginalize our communities, stand by and watch neo-Nazis parade around our streets and then blame us as Democrats. And this week alone, he threatened the Special Olympics, holding back $27 million because they wanted to make sure that people were vaccinated. This is who he is. There is nothing here. He's got one goal, and one goal only, and that's to run for president of the United States. But we in the state of Florida are going to stop that. Now, I have also made a very big promise that we know the type of work that gets done on the ground. We know that in order for us to win the top of the ticket, we need to support the bottom of the ticket. Yes. We need to make sure we're supporting our clubs and our caucuses. Yes. We need to be supporting our House races and our Senate races and our school board races, and we need to support even our soil and water districts. Yes. Because when they win and when they turn out the votes, the top of the ticket wins. Yes. This cannot be just about Val and me, because we are no good if we don't have help in Tallahassee. And we've got to make sure that we are doing things different as Democrats. We've got to make sure that we're emboldening and empowering the people on the ground, the ones who are doing the hard work. Now, Democrats, we're not just running against Ron DeSantis. We are running against 4 Republican governors in a row, 14 speakers of the House in a row, 13 Senate presidents. And we can't just be voting and running against them. We need to give people a reason to be voting for us. We need to make sure that we have gotten our message down, because as they have spent the last 2.5 years dividing our state and creating culture wars, people are being evicted because they can't afford their increase in rent. People can't afford their property taxes and property insurance. The lines at our food banks have gotten larger and larger because of the pandemic. And this week alone, he vetoed most of the food bank money across the state. We have to make sure that the people of our state know that we as Democrats are going to take care of their pocketbook issues, because the Republicans have left them behind. This election, and I know you have all heard this time and time again, is the most important election of our lifetime. This one is. This one is because democracy is on the ballot. Because we know what they want to do. We know that they want to take us back to the original founders of the Constitution, which means, taking you out of the conversation, none of us would have any rights today. That's where they want to take us, and they're showing their cards every single day. I know, because I have faith in who we are as Democrats, as I am traveling our state from Key West to Broward to Central Florida to North Florida to the Panhandle. So you can tell Judy Mount that I sent out for Miss Judy, that we have the right message. Now we need to make sure that we've got the right messenger. As the only person who's been able to win our state as a Democrat since 2012, I know what it takes to not only get out the blue, but to make sure that we are crisscrossing our state, talking to independents, talking to moderate Republicans, because they are there. And we know that they are frustrated too, because I talk to them every day. I have complete faith that when I am your Democratic candidate for governor, we are going to win. We are going to stop this nonsense. We are going to bring democracy back to the state of Florida, and we are going to save democracy, not just for us, but for the entire country. So thank you, Broward County, for all of your love and all of your support. Thank you.
Board members, all of my board members, please stand. My vice president, of course, you all know Joy Brown. My treasurer is now Christina T. Jones, vice chair of the Democratic Party, former vice chair of the Democratic Party with Mitch Caesar. Diana Gagney, Tamara D. Bell, Amelia Crutchfield, Sheila Franklin is not here with us. She should be on Zoom. We love you, Sheila. My secretary, Linda Sachs. Michael Lockwood is the immediate past president of my organization, of this organization. Thank you, Michael, for your service. Mona Malbranche, board member. I have a few honorable mentions with Judy Mega, and of course, my lovely vice mayor of Dania Beach, Bobby Grace. Grace. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. We have a silent auction. I guess I need to do some raffling. We do have a silent auction over here. I would like for people to please support our silent auction. I need to have all that stuff bought up, all right, because we need to raise some money. Grace, are you ready? Oh, okay.
Ken, where are you going, Ken? No, he's got to come over here. Follow instructions. Listen to the ladies. Speaking of ladies, I get the distinct honor and privilege of introducing the representation that is here for the next United States Senator, Val Demings. I just want to say that this amazing woman has done so much in Congress. First female chief of police in Orange County. And I just want you all to take a second. She couldn't be here today, obviously, but she did send representation. So I would like to introduce to you, from the Val Demings campaign, the Deputy Political Director, Ms. Natasha Otero.
Thank you.
Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Mr. Percy, and happy birthday again. Thank you, Broward, for being here. Please give yourself a hand, because my name is Natasha Otero Santiago. I'm the Deputy Political Director of Val Demings for Senate. And as she likes to say at the beginning of every speech, she is running for Senate and she's running to win. But she knows very well that she cannot do a statewide election without each one of our votes. We need to make sure that we get out the vote, even with all the redistricting, all the gerrymandering, everything that they have done to avoid that we vote as Democrats, that we vote as people, that we vote for our human rights and our civil rights. We need to get every person in this room to go and get 20 more people and make sure that they vote. Because if we don't vote on presidential election numbers and we vote in midterm numbers, we won't make this happen. This blue wave needs to happen now. And why does it need to happen now? Because we know, like we have said before, our democracy is in peril. We don't want to lose that democracy in Florida, do we? No. Can I hear you loud and clear? Do we want to lose our democracy and our rights in Florida? No. What are we going to do to avoid that happening? Vote. Vote like our democracy and our human rights are in peril. Thank you so much. Val Demings couldn't be here, but she will be coming back. We just had an event here in Broward last week. It was fantastic. We must say thank you to the Broward Democratic Party, to their clubs and caucuses that showed her so much love last week at Broward Community College, and we will be coming back. Any questions you have, I'm here in South Florida. You can reach me at Natasha, Natascha, at valdemings.com. Yes, my name is kind of weird. Don't miss the S or the C. That's a long story if you want to hear it. But if you want, anything that you need or communicate with the campaign, Alejandro Bradford, Alejandro at valdemings.com is the political director. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day. Happy birthday, Percy.
Everyone, our chairman of our party will rise and give us a slight announcement on a race where we have a Democrat that is running for mayor against a Republican that is the sitting mayor of one of our cities. This is the way you do it. You meet with one of your best clubs where all the activists is at, and you have the chairman announce what the deal is going to be, because we got to get rid of these Republican mayors in this county. We have a few of them, and they got to go. Mr. Chairman.
Good afternoon again. On November 8th, 2016, Samson Borgelin, a Haitian American, won the election to become the new commissioner for District D in North Lauderdale. Born and raised in Haiti, and at 24 years old, Mr. Borgelin migrated to the eastern and Midwest of USA, finally settled in South Florida, married Dorothy Susan, and had 3 sons. Fast forward to 2022, Vice Mayor Borgelin is running for mayor of North Lauderdale and will bring that city back into the Democratic column. Please join me in welcoming Vice Mayor Samson Borgelin and running to be our next mayor of North Lauderdale. Welcome, Vice Mayor.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Can do better than that. Good morning, everybody. Thank you. Well, it's morning because the afternoon is after the sun. It's still morning. I got here on morning. It's still gonna be. When I leave, it's gonna be afternoon. All right, no problem. First of all, I want to give all the glory to God. He's the sovereign. He rules over the earth, and I'm a believer. The great king Nebuchadnezzar realized that, and he said in Daniel that God, he rules in the human affairs, and if you're here as an elected person, individual, official, you are not here by accident. God has put you there for a time and a reason. So I want you to understand that, because you're not on your own. You are here. If I understand it, it's all about community, about people, meeting the people's need, represent them. And for me, it's all about D. I got penalized, investigated for being a Democrat. If the record is there, check in 2016, Google Samson Borgelin there. I don't have an opponent. It's not important, because if there's an opponent, how can you have an opponent when you invite people come to help the community? During my race, I won. God allowed me to win a victory, a race with 2 people, an incumbent and another person there. So I invite you come aboard as a community to help the community. Now, if I feel that I have the same desire that brought some other people here, you're not helping me to achieve the community's ideas. So it's my job to go there with the same desire to still see community and do it. That's all it is. My job is to move the city forward, create hopes for others. I got slapped because being black, saying I'm Haitian, saying that I'm a Democrat in myself. But other people said I'm Democrat, so therefore they're using it against me this time again, when if I invited you, I didn't invite you as Democrat. I invited you to run for the community. So let's leave it there, right there. My wife is Dorothy. Okay? I'm not going to be dissuaded. That's D. Someone can do anything you want to be. I'm not going to be derailed. Listen to all those D. I'm not going to be discouraged because my focus is there. I'm determined to make sure we bring the city of North Lauderdale, who's been named a sleepy city. It's time to wake up. We're the city of tomorrow. I got to work, make sure the city works hard. Right now, before I came in this morning, almost missed this. I had to go in a neighborhood, whereas people cannot even cross the street, go to the school because the flood. The water is by the knee, at knee high. Okay? So we have a lot of things to go. So personally, I came into this United States as a tourist first, and I'm going to say that. The record is there. But by the grace of God, I understand what deporting people is to Haiti. The Democratic Party allowed me to become a citizen of the United States. And I understand that. That's where I first got my rights. So there are two Democrats in the race this year. Two Democrats. One true and the other one is the only one, and that's me. I'm the truest Democrat and the only one Democrat. So therefore, on my back and my wife's back, Ms. Dorothy, we're gonna bring North Lauderdale as high as possible to get as many Democrats come out. And it's not just about just Democrats, it's about anybody there to come and vote because our country, our cities, we need people to know their rights, to step up. And that's what people need to know. If you do not vote, you have no place around the table. If we vote, my job is to advocate for the resident, make sure that their needs are met. And that's what I'm all behind. Anyone who's going to look for the poor, the immigrants, and those who are in need. So that's my job. So if you want to kill me for that, I'm still going to go for it. Doesn't matter. So God bless you. Thank you very much. And remember, three things I'm going to leave you with you. Have a passion for what you're doing as leaders. Be focused on what you do because a lot of people are going to dissuade you. And stay determined because you're going to win. It doesn't matter. If I'm a mango tree, you don't throw rocks at the green mangoes. You throw at the ripe one. So if people are talking bad about you, it's because you're doing something good. Be determined. God bless you.
Can the candidates running for District 20 of our congressional seat please come up? The young lady who's representing the Congresswoman and Dale Holness, I think you're still running, right? Yes, sir. Okay. All right. Dale said yes. Okay. So I will get to District 101. I had already passed it, so it's only right because we are a fair Democratic club because I have my chairman and my state committee people here. So we're going to do that all over again because I have to have them both up here at the same time, and I want them both speaking at the same time, okay? So that's why I needed them to wait, all right? So without further ado, being a surrogate for our Congresswoman, Sheila Shaffelis McCormick, is Nadezhd. Nadezhd will be standing in for her. Thank you for being here. Tell her thank you so much for the support, all right? I always look forward.
Good afternoon, Democrats. It's definitely not morning anymore. My name is Nadezhd LeBlanc. I am the District Chief of Staff for your Congresswoman, Sheila Shaffelis McCormick. The Congresswoman could not be here today, so I am here to speak on her behalf. I've been at the office since we opened, and I can say that we have definitely been working hard to deliver for this community. Our office is open almost 7 days a week. We introduced the first ever mobile office to the district so that we can bring services to the people where they are. Our mobile office goes out on Tuesdays and Thursdays all over our district, and sometimes on Sundays if we can find churches that allow us to go and give services to the community. On top of having our mobile offices, Within just 3 months in office, we hit the ground running, promised and delivered. Some of the things we've delivered are, we already introduced the People's Prosperity Plan into Congress. We requested $1,000 of rental mortgage utility and grocery monthly assistance. We submitted $5 million to address rental assistance in housing. We submitted $25 million for increasing access to mental health, maternal health, and telemedicine. We passed the bill to address domestic terrorism and hate crimes. $1 billion towards job creation to Florida roads and bridges and development. $100,000 to improve transportation for residents. $42 billion for small businesses for COVID recovery, and there's still more work to be done. What I'm most proud about of everything that we've done is that we have worked so hard to connect the community to resources. We hold town halls more than monthly. We're having town halls 2 to 3 times a month. We are reaching out. We went out, we explained to people how to apply for community funding. I've had organizations come and tell me that they've been in our community for 30 years and no one ever explained to them how to apply for community funding. We hold immigration clinics. We are literally on the ground working every day to connect the people with the resources that are available to them. The Congresswoman is once again sorry that she could not be here today, and I am happy to always speak for her and let you know all the work that we are doing to deliver for this community. Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, yes. We celebrate your birthday today, Percy, my friend. It's good to be back here again. I doubt that I've missed any of these for the past 10, 12 years. I've always been here supporting you. A true blue Democrat I am. I'm Dale Holness, former county commissioner, former mayor of Broward County that took you through COVID. And during that time, we brought the community together. And that's what we must do. My weekly meeting with the mayors really helped us to save lives and protect livelihoods. In fact, if you look at the statistics during that time, you'll find that we had less deaths per capita in Broward County than Palm Beach or Miami-Dade County. Less people died here because we worked together. Now, I go back a long ways in this Democratic Party. And you're the vanguard. So I don't need to preach to you all the things that we need to do, because you know it already. We must ensure that we have freedom, justice, equity, equality, and a country that builds prosperity for everyone, not leave out some communities that we have done over time. It saddens me to look at the 6 zip codes in Broward County that has had high poverty, high unemployment for the almost 50 years that I've lived here. We must work together to change that. And in my tenure as an elected official, I've worked steadfastly at that. We put in place many things that will help make a difference in people's lives. It is essential that we look at a woman's rights. Yes, that's freedom. That's what the Republicans talk about, but they don't want to see people have freedom. Talking about equality. That's important, yes. All of us should be able to live the fullest life we can in the best way we can. In Broward County, I was able to put together a criminal justice and police review board to look at how we police. And why should we do that? As a nation, we have more people in prison than any other country in the world. Does that make sense to you? We must change that. You and I are paying for these folks in our jails. $300 million per year in Broward County, the single largest item in our budget. The federal government has a role to play to ensure that those federal dollars are used to get local communities, counties, and cities to put things in place, such as civil citation program that is awesomely successful. A 90+% percentage success rate, less than 2% recidivism. That's saving us $50 million in this county. We must extend that across this country.
We must work to ensure that we have equity. City Financial did a study, and Democrats, I know you're all for this, that show that in the country of the United States, because of inequities, because we don't have a system that ensures that people of color, black folks particularly, gets every opportunity to be successful. We lost $16 trillion in gross domestic product over a 20-year period. We must change that. And the United States government, the Congress, can ensure that those policies are put forth to come down. Now, in terms of my participation as a Democrat, all of you know me, don't you? Yes. Almost every one of you have been in my office at some point in time making phone calls for Democrats, yes? I go back to supporting Democratic presidents since Jesse Jackson's 88. Bill Clinton's largest call center in Broward County was my real estate office. Barack Obama's first place to operate from was my office. Gilliam's campaign was headquartered out of my office. We came within 35 votes. Democrats, what I'm saying to you is this: we must stand together. We must fight to ensure that we're putting Democrats across this state. Don't believe the naysayer that says we can't do it. If we come together, you as the leaders must bring everyone out and make sure we're reaching out to build a strong, strong Democratic Party in Florida and take back the governorship this year in the state of Florida. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. First of all, I can say good afternoon to each and every one of you. My name is Rodney Baltimore. I am the morning show co-host on Hot 105 Radio. And as you know, we've been watching this weather out there, so I was at the radio station for part of the night and part of the day. Now the sun seems to be breaking out, in case you had not been out in a while. But I want you also not to forget to engage media in your campaigns. Make sure that you reach out to the populace. I'm going to do the introduction for the candidates for the Commissioner of Agriculture. You saw our current commissioner here just a few minutes ago. Our first candidate is J.R. Guyot. He was born in New York City, a graduate of the University of Hartford. His father was the Consul General of Haiti. And because of this, he grew up in France, in Germany, Japan, Haiti. He's lived in North Florida in Clay County for the past 20 years. He's a former senior advisor to the United Blue, a digital organizer for the Speaker of the House team Pelosi. He's consulted with companies like Citigroup, Verizon Wireless, AT&T. He is finishing up a master's at Harvard in international relations and has worked on political campaigns for the last 30 years, including the Kendrick Meek campaign, the Gillum campaign, Nan Rich, and has managed 3 of the last 5 Jacksonville mayoral candidates. So without further ado, and I did hope I did the pronunciation, J.R. Guyot, thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. All right. Happy birthday, Percy. I don't know where you are if you can hear me, but I'm going to keep that refrain going. My name is J.R. Guyot. I want to be your next agriculture commissioner. I'm going to start you off with a little verse first. Consider it pure joy, my brothers, whenever you face trials of many kind, for the testing of your faith develops perseverance. Perseverance must finish its work. As Democrats, we must persevere. Every other candidate that's been up here, we all pretty much are in line and in tune. I've been a crisis manager for the last 15 years. I'm the guy that gets the phone call at 2:30 in the morning, and I got to get on a plane, go across the country, and bail someone out of jail, literally. And my job is to protect their reputation, to make sure that their scandal doesn't end up in the press. Nowhere is that more apparent than in Tallahassee. Now, Wilton Simpson, the Senate president, has already amassed $8 million. Folks, these $8 million, when corporations give money to these candidates, it has to be paid back. But they can't do it openly, so they have to be sneaky about it. And how they do that, they pass laws like Oh, it's okay to run protesters over with your car. Don't say gay. In the meantime, your property insurance rate is going through the roof. Inflation is beating us down. One of the things that is happening is, if you go to the store right now today, this bag of chicken that a year ago that weighs 15 ounces on the bag, you were paying $12 for it. Now it's costing $20. Now, next time you do that, go home, weigh the bag, put it on a scale. You'll be surprised to see that it is not 15 ounces like the bag says. And Commissioner Nikki Fried has done something. She is in the middle of a lawsuit right now protecting and changing that. And I vow to you, as your next agriculture commissioner, I am going to continue that lawsuit and protect you. I am going to fight. The reason I'm going to fight is because for so many years I've been on the other side. The difference between rich people and poor people is the quality of their representation. I want to work for you, not them. I'm sick of it. Let us unite. Let us move forward and win and turn this state around. Thank you very much.
And thank you so much, Mr. Gaillot. Our next candidate for the Commissioner of Agriculture is Ryan Morales. Not all heroes wear capes. Florida politics is full of slime, corruption, but every now and then comes a gleam of light, a person looking to do the right thing for the people of Florida. In this 2022 midterm election, Florida will be the spotlight. This man is going to be on the front lines fighting for your rights and freedom. Meet Ryan Morales, the next Commissioner of Agriculture, Consumer Services. He's looking to be your 13th commissioner here in Florida for 2022. He's looking to make history as the first Latino to serve on the Florida Commission. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. So, give yourselves a round of applause. Most of you really made it through a torrential downpour here, so I am quite impressed that you're all here. So, my name is Ryan Morales. I'm running to be the 13th Commissioner of Agriculture. I'm also running to be the first Latino and Native American to serve as a commissioner here. I'm looking to make sure that we take care of things and make rights out of wrongs. So, my name is Ryan Morales. I am a small business owner up in the Green Swamp of Claremont. I run a marketing, business management, and tech firm that works with farmers, actually. So, I actually have a small hemp farm up in Claremont. We do a lot of the testing up in that farm. Our biggest thing right now is basically stepping into the future when it comes to farming. So, what is it that I'm doing? Why am I doing this? What is going on? Well, I always tell people I'm a son, I'm a brother, I'm a husband, but most importantly, I'm a father. And I'm upset about what's going on with these gun laws. These people are really just doing nothing. And our children are in danger. I'd like for my children to have a future. I'd like for them to not do what they're doing. There we go. Sorry about that. Too much feedback? There's another mic there. You got it? I got you. All right. So I do apologize about that. There we go. A little feedback there, so I do apologize. So, once again, Ag Commissioner, what is it that I plan on doing? Why am I doing this? I'm pissed off at the fact that the Republicans have basically done nothing but stall government here in the state of Florida. We've gotten nothing done, and all they've done is become a better organized crime syndicate. We're trying to make sure that we stop this. Right now, Ron DeSantis, Wilton Simpson, and everybody that's up in the cabinet, with the exclusion of Nikki, who is not a part of this, is basically robbing the place. So we're trying to make sure that we stop these people. We want to make sure that we take back Florida and we do what's right for the people of Florida. As the next commissioner, I plan on taking care of a lot of things, but the three most important ones that I talk about are basically this: clean our waters, We need to stop these algae blooms. We need to stop dealing with the dead wildlife and the dead manatees that are basically going extinct thanks to these stupid algae blooms. How do I plan on doing that? Well, we're going to tackle Big Sugar head on. We're going to stop the burn, and we're going to hold them accountable for all these damages. I also have a plan in place that's not, how do I say, win or lose, we're still going to clean these waters, and the first thing I'm doing is taking care of Lake Okeechobee. I have a team heading over here from Australia this September, and they're going to start the process. By November, we should have clean waters, and we plan on showing the people of Florida that we can do this. When there is a will, there is a way. I want people to understand that these guys have not done anything just because of politics. I'm not here to play politics with you. I'm here to take care of things and do the damn job. We have a lot of things going on wrong with this state, and the next thing that I talk about is basically the legalization of cannabis along with home grow. To me, cannabis is super important. 76% of the state agrees with me, and we want to continue on that motion. We want to make sure that we have a good, clean, safe marijuana program for the country, and we want to make sure that the state of Florida actually takes advantage of this because it is a $4 billion a year revenue stream for the state of Florida if it is done correctly. The next thing I talk about, and the biggest thing right now, is basically expanding our carry conceal program, making sure that we add to the background check the next of kin or spouse check, as well as social media checks, because right now we have way too many wackos out there and most people don't have any mental history. So how do we get that mental history? You know what? By the people that know them the best. Their parents, their brothers, their sisters, their wives, or their husbands. But we also want to make sure that they do what needs to be done to pass these tests so we only have responsible gun owners with guns. Please end the massacre. They were only 10 years old. These kids were in 4th grade getting ready to do basically their summer. I look at my girls and I look at those kids from Uvalde who are dead and I cry because of the fact that those could have been my kids. I'm not cool with that. We need to stop that. These guys are trying to pass a constitutional carry law here, and I will not allow that. I will stop that whichever way I possibly can. So right now we're looking for volunteers, we're looking for donations, we're looking for a lot of help to make sure that we defeat Wilton Simpson this November. We have a long road ahead of us, but you know what? We've been doing what we need to do. We've traveled up and down the state and making sure that we hit every county we can. So I'm looking for your support. My name is Ryan Morales. MoralesForFlorida.com is my website. Please visit. And by the way, don't forget to hit up that silent auction, because we got some great wine. We got a cat thing going on over there. We got a salt lamp. And don't be cheap. Come on. Take care of that.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Percy.
Thank you.
And while we're prepping the mics, the candidates for State Rep District 101, you are up on deck. All right, I want you to pay full attention. These are the candidates for State Representative District 101. We will start with Todd Delmay, followed by Clay Miller. And wait a minute, I just messed up your mic again. I'm just...
Oh no, it's coming down. I'm sorry. It's okay. All right. Okay. All right. Cool.
Hey, while you're doing this, anybody want to bid?
I think it's just going to hold it for now. Okay. All right. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, hello again, everyone. You heard from me earlier, but hello, everyone. I may be tall. I need to just pick this up. Hello again, everyone. My name is Todd Delmay. I'm running for House District 101. They wanted to make sure that all the candidates were speaking together at the same time. So you heard my story about marriage equality. I guess the only other thing I would add is that I also fought against the Don't Say Gay bill this year. In fact, I had the distinction of being able to go on national television to debate one of the Moms for Liberty founders. Do you know these people? They're the people that are showing up at school board meetings and causing all kinds of havoc. And they were so annoyed by me that they had to go on another show and kind of badmouth me. So it felt really good to get under their skin, kind of like what Nikki says she does with the governor. So anyway, but I look forward to representing House District 101. All right.
righty. Hello, everyone. My name's Clay Miller. Good to see a lot of familiar faces. Commissioner Grace, Joy, great to see you. Percy. Apologies for missing my spot earlier. It would have been my dad's 79th birthday today, so had a couple calls from family that I stepped outside to take. So, Todd, thank you for being a good sport and doing it again, and appreciate that. My name's Clay Miller. I born and raised resident of District 101, working class union family. Went to our local public school, South Broward High School. Anybody? There we go. We get a shout out. Last 5 years, I've been the legislative director for our county commissioner, Beam Fur, who now represents this whole area around here. And I was the president of Broward Young Democrats for 2 years before that, and built it into the largest Young Democrats chapter in the entire country. And thank you, so many people in this room, especially Rick, for helping us in that journey. I'll be really quick. I know folks want to get home before the rain starts up again, so I'll just say, this election, not just my election, but all of the elections we're talking about here today, they're not just about one cycle. They're about the entire future of our state. That's what this is about, and that's why I wanted to run for this seat. I grew up here. I love our home. I love our home. People give us grief sometimes, make fun of us for our alligators and some of the crazier people you see in the news, but we all love our community here. But the fact is, the future of that community, the ability of kids like me to have the same childhood I had growing up, that's at jeopardy. It is in real jeopardy. We are losing our home because of rising costs and the extreme hateful DeSantis agenda. Growing up, you used to be a middle-class family on a VA loan like mine and grow up in a community of love. And now that home that I grew up in, it would have been outbid by a vacation rental, and the people that used to be our neighbors, we now don't talk to each other. And that's not who we are. And that's why I want to run for this seat. We have so many important issues we have to deal with. We've heard about them today, so I won't reiterate them. But rising costs, all of the hateful things that DeSantis is doing, we could only combat that by running grassroots campaigns and getting back to organizing, getting out there on doors, pounding the pavement. We are in a street fight for the future of our state here, and in a street fight, the street wins. So we need to get out there and we need to march. I've knocked 5,000 doors, but my race, it's not just enough. All of our candidates need to be doing that and going to events like this and organizing with their neighbors. I look forward to doing that with you. Thank you so much.
And again, I'd like to thank you for attending the Greater Fort Lauderdale Democratic Club. I want to thank some of the sponsors. So briefly, just direct your attention toward the, or just keep your ears open. First of all, the Charlie Crist campaign, the Wholeness campaign, as well, Aramis Ayala, Jim Lewis, Raymond Adderley, Ryan Morales. Thank you so much. Ben Sorensen, Dr. Rosalind Osgood, Lamar Fisher, Ms. Sicard, thank you so much. Ms. Carter Lynch, thank you so much. And Commissioner Nikki Fried, thank you so much. And I think that covered all the sponsors.